Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the numerology and the energies for both the collective and the individual life path numbers for June 2022. Before we get into the forecast, I just want to let you know that for those of you who have been asking me to bring back the numerology one question readings, those are now available once again on my website if that's something that interests you. It's an opportunity for if you have a burning question that you just want a quick, concise response to. It's a great affordable option for that. So you can just book some time with me on my website. The information is in the description box below for that. I look forward to seeing you there. And of course, if you would like a more in-depth reading, those are also available, or a coaching session. Those are available as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the forecast. And of course, I will mention that this is a general reading. So again, if you would like a personalized reading, please book some time with me. All right, so June 2022 is a 12-3 universal cycle. And so typically the energy of the 3 brings with it this big explosive energy of creation, networking, social events, travel, recognition. However, with the strong influencing energy of the 12, we can feel that energy sort of muted slightly, and the focus shifts more towards reevaluation, changing, or sort of reversal of a creative endeavor or life experience. This can be a period of waiting, letting things take care of themselves now through surrender and acceptance without the need for force or control. So under this 12-3 energy, a change in perspective will serve us well, allowing the cycle to work for us rather than trying to overly dominate something. Observe, reflect, meditate, repeat. There is a lot of sort of serenity associated with this energy if we choose not to fight it. You may find that new information or clarity now brings reversals in what we thought we once fully knew. I'm actually facing this myself at the moment, so this is somewhat personal. You may need to make big compromises now on long-term goals or visions in order to fully appreciate and experience what is trying to come in for you right now. With this vibration, success is achieved through acceptance and understanding. The more flexible that we can be with long-term goals and expectations, the more fulfillment we will have within our current right now experience. So try not to fight these forces, but rather flow with them, and the results will be much more satisfying. Try to stay very present within the now and pay attention to sort of your mindset now. Are you self-sabotaging or supporting yourself on this journey? So staying within or coming back to the present moment and doing so often can assist us in seeing very clearly what is actually working and what isn't, what needs your attention right now and what doesn't, and what is a rational fear versus an irrational fear, and what needs to actually be overcome within this moment versus allowing something to unfold further in order to see how it actually plays out. So trips of any kind are very much supported under this energy, especially ones that are solely for enjoyment and exploration or rest and rejuvenation. This is a great time for vacations, both near and far. Ultimately, use this gift, this energy, as an opportunity to see things as they really are and not as they appear to be. Bring the conflicting polarities into some level of perspective now within your mind and create much more harmony within your environment by recognizing the reality of what you are actually currently working with and move from that space. This is a great cycle to pause and observe to gain greater clarity. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a closer, deeper look at each individual life path number for June. Life path number 9. So I pulled an animal spirit card for you all for June, and you got lion spirit. And what immediately came through for Lion was really this protective energy, not necessarily of protecting others or that sort of thing, but really protecting your own energy, protecting your own space, not overly committing yourself to things this month, but really being aware of what you need, listen to your body, and really, like I said, just being protective of your own space, your own energy, your time, your resources, that sort of thing, so that you're not so that you're not being taken advantage of, but that so you're aware of what you need energetically, physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever, and that you're not stepping over your own boundaries with that. You see what I'm saying? And so there's definitely this, you may have to have some conversations with people this month and say no, and, and stand firm behind that, like a lion, right? And it doesn't have to be aggressive or anything like that. It's just a matter of, again, I'm really getting this energy of like just protecting your own space and your own mental health, spiritual health, physical health, that sort of thing, and not sacrificing that for anyone this month, especially. And if you have to be firm about that and sort of growl a little bit about that, that's okay. So it's just really, again, just the lion protecting its pride, its space, right? And so I'm just getting that coming through really, really strongly. So definitely, because here's the thing too, why this is so significant that it's coming through for nines. Nines are the humanitarians. They, similar to six energy, nines are very much known to be the givers, the nurturers. They're the ones who are going to often, when they're in their shadow, sacrifice themselves for others, become a martyr, that sort of thing, to help others, to lift other people up, to please others, whatever the case may be. And so they start to lose sight of themselves and their own needs. And so I think that that's really significant that lion energy came in to remind you that you have to be the lion within your own experience, right? And if something isn't working for you, you need to speak up. If you feel someone is taking advantage of you or taking advantage of your time and your energy or your good nature, it's up to you to be the lion and set those boundaries. And so I think that's really important. And I actually love that it came through for nines, because I think it's sort of lion energy gives you that permission, not that you need permission, but it gives you the permission, or the reminder of your ability to stand up for yourself and to have the courage to do that, even if people don't understand it or they don't like it. A lot of times with sixes and nines, people get so used to sort of you always giving or you always doing or you always being there to help them, that when you're not and you need to take time for yourself or whatever the case may be, they don't understand that and they don't necessarily like it because you're not on their schedule. You're not adhering to their needs. So I think that this month you may have opportunities to sort of, really step into lion spirit and protect your energy, protect yourself in that way. So this is interesting. So for nines, you guys have very similar energy this month to that of the collective. And so what that tells me is that you're probably going to feel it very strongly. You're probably going to be one of those life paths that, feel it the most strongly this month. So for you all, I think it's going to be really important that you understand that June for you could potentially, and now again, this is a general reading, so it's not going to affect everybody the same, but if it resonates for you, then use the information. I think June for nines is going to somewhat be a waiting period. I think you could kind of look at this month as more of an incubation or a gestation period where you've sort of done a lot of the things that, you've put forth a creative effort, you've done the work, and now you're sitting back and sort of allowing things to come to you. This isn't necessarily a month where you're meant to take big action or take big initiatives or start big projects, that sort of thing. This is more of a waiting period, allowing for a change of view, a change of perspective. It could be around career, relationships, you name it. But this taking this time to slow down a little bit. And if you don't allow that process to happen naturally, then you may see the universe sort of step in and slow you down in its own way. And that can sometimes be through getting a cold, getting sick or whatever, or having something happen physically where you're sort of forced to slow down, right? To experience things and take things into consideration and allow things to percolate and see things from a different perspective. So I always say, if you get the invitation, take the invitation. Instead of the intervention. So, but I do think you all will be feeling this energy pretty strongly, that of the 12-3. I think, again, don't try to force anything. So if there's, if you can avoid it, again, this is going to feel like things slow down a little bit for you. And again, it's a waiting period. So you're now doing your part and not forcing and waiting to see what shows up from the action that you've taken previously. So, and again, it's allowing you to have a change of perspective, a change of view. And you can think about this incubation or gestation period as, like being pregnant and waiting for the child to be born, right? Like you can't rush that process. If you rush that process, there's major consequences to that, right? So you have to patiently wait for that gestation period to come to a close so that you can reap the rewards. So again, with pregnancy, you have to wait those 9 months for the baby to be born, and then you get a new baby. But you have to allow that process to take place. There's something greater at work. And so this month for you all, I think, is going to be along those lines. So if there's something that you've really been working towards, this, I think, is going to be a time where you just let the universe or the powers that be or the external forces do their piece while you wait to see what transpires. This can also be a time of reversal, as I mentioned in the intro, where things just tend to take a different direction and they might look differently than how you anticipated they would look. And instead of allowing that to create frustration or, upset in some way, see it for what it is and understand that sometimes we have to take 5 steps back to reevaluate before we can take, 10 much more beneficial steps forward. So the delay, the reversal, the taking the steps backwards, it can be jarring. It can feel frustrating. It can feel like personal failure at times, but it's none of those things. It's really just giving us an opportunity to take a closer look at things, to change our perspective, to see things in a different light, so that moving forward, as we take the next steps forward, we can do so in a way that is much more aligned than the original pace, right? Or the original path. So, because a lot of times when we start a project, right, we have a vision for what that's going to look like. And if there's not checks and balances along the way, then we don't notice the subtle changes moving us in a different direction or moving us, we tend to move in the same direction towards the same goal, but maybe that goal needs to change, needs to look different now because circumstances have changed or environments have changed or whatever. So if there are reversals or detours or change in direction for you all at this time, try to see it as an opportunity to become much more aligned with the new vision, right? Like the vision may have morphed or whatever. So it is a gift. It's not working against you. This is also, like I said, a time for quiet pause. This can be a beautiful month for nurturing yourself, putting you first this month and really do some self-soothing, some holistic health practices, whatever gets you reconnected, rejuvenates you, gets you feeling strong and healthy. This is a great opportunity for that. So I just think that you guys are going to be feeling this energy of the collective more strongly than probably the other numbers. And that's okay. This is a temperance sort of energy, a checkpoint, allowing you to check in with yourself, allowing you to now wait and see how things transpire after your efforts were put forth. So just understand that this is the universe working with you and not against you. So don't take it personal, and work with the energy to the best of your ability. And again, just remember, lion spirit, you are responsible for your own experience and your own, health and all of those things. And so you are your own best advocate. So if you need to say no to something, if you need to clear your schedule, or, not commit, or, change a commitment or something like that, it's okay. It's okay. People will get over it. But you need to do what you need to do for your health and well-being at this time. And so embody lion spirit to assist you in doing that this month. All right, Nines, I hope this is helpful. Thank you all so much for listening. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.